This Transformers 96 here is another video where I'm going to be talking about some newly shown Hot Toys figures at San Diego Comic-Con 2017, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Star Wars. So I'm not really going to go over everything that's on display at Hot Toys' booth at Comic-Con. Really just going to be talking about the new things that were shown, because those are the only things worth talking about. So to start off here, we do have a few new original trilogy members, as well as one prequel one, which is quite exciting. Especially for, prequel fans. So as you can see, we have Leia and Luke here from their kind of like Endor gear and at the Return of the Jedi. This is quite neat, and it is very, surprising to see this, especially with Luke, considering Return of the Jedi Luke was just put on pre-order, so it looks like they're going to give us kind of a rehash version of that with some new accessories, which is interesting. But to talk about Leia here, Leia does look quite nice. Her costume doesn't look too extravagant. I would say, like, out of all of Leia's costumes in the original trilogy, this is definitely not her best, in my opinion. I just don't think it's that exciting. But overall, she does look pretty nice. The face sculpt, I can't imagine it's new, because I don't see a reason to do another one since they just did the Hoth one. But there is a possibility that that's a new face sculpt, but I don't think so. I think it's just reused from the Hoth version. Luke is looking interesting. I do like the fact that they've given him like an expression. I'm a fan of figures with expression, especially with Hot Toys. I enjoy them. This one though doesn't look too great. He's got a bit of a weird expression. He doesn't look that fantastic as far as the likeness goes to Mark Hamill. I think that the regular one that they just did for Return of the Jedi, I think that looked better. And from what I can see from this figure, I assume that it's the exact same figure as the Return of the Jedi, just with this poncho section on top of it, a different head sculpt and different accessories, obviously, and same lightsaber, I would assume. So it's kind of like kind of pick which version you'd like. I certainly wouldn't recommend both of these. As far as both of the Lukes, I would definitely just kind of pick which one you'd prefer. I think the classic Return of the Jedi one is the obvious choice, but if you wanted that one, the other one specifically to go with Leia, they do look kind of nice together, but the two of them I don't think are that great. Then we have Anakin Skywalker. This is exciting. Obviously Anakin is a huge part of the prequels, whether you like them or not. He is definitely a massive member in the Star Wars universe. I think this is very cool. I think it looks really solid. I think the head sculpt likeness to Hayden Christensen is very nice. I think that it does look good. I like that there's some anger in there. It's not super stale. It definitely looks like it's Revenge of the Sith Anakin, although he's kind of pissed in all of them. But it does look very cool. He does have a scar there, as you can see, and it looks quite nice. The cloak looks a bit baggy. It kind of covers his arms, which is a shame. It obviously should be like that, but I wish that there was a way that they bunched it up towards the elbow there so that it didn't come down so far. And he comes with the red and blue lightsaber, which is very, very nice. Although he never uses the red lightsaber, does he? Until he becomes... Yeah, because he was still using his blue one, so yeah, the red one's not quite accurate, but I still like the idea of him holding both of them. That's kind of neat. And then we have Emperor Palpatine here. This is very cool. This one's not a complete surprise. We did actually see it already when there was that kind of behind-the-scenes image of a few Star Wars figures. I covered it a few months ago. So, he's not a huge surprise, but it is nice to see him here, and it's nice to see him on his throne. He's, a lot of rumors about his throne were coming out, because that's obviously a pretty important accessory. So obviously he will come with his throne. And they're also doing the Royal Guard. Again, we've already seen the Royal Guard, though. And it's hard to get a good look at the face sculpt, but it looks good, and I definitely like the fact that he's smiling. He's got some expression there, and that very much fits the Emperor's character. As far as what I plan to get from these, let me actually finish it off here with Tarkin, and then I'll go into what I plan to do. But here's a little bit better. Oh, he's holding Count Dooku's lightsaber. I didn't notice that. Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense then. It's kind of neat that he comes with that. I don't think it's really necessary, but it is neat, This type of pose, holding the blue and the red, the good and the bad, on either side is pretty nice. Obviously, these we've already seen. There's this one, again, also in that preview picture. We've already seen it, but, this is a higher quality image. The holiday special, the cartoon Boba Fett, before he was actually in the movies. Seen that before. Vader, that's the Rogue One Vader, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Tarkin. This we obviously get a preview image of this. It's nice to see him there. He looks quite nice. I like the way that his clothing lies, especially towards the bottom there of his legs. The way that it bunches out looks pretty good. I think the pose that they have him in is excellent, definitely. And then the head sculpt looks pretty solid. There's been some pictures where I didn't think it looked great, but here it looks really good, at least from this angle. So I think that it does look nice. It doesn't look particularly exciting, and personally, I don't have a large original trilogy collection. I really just have the Bounty Hunters and Darth Vader, so I don't know if I need this. Now, obviously, it would go very nicely with Darth Vader, but again, not sure if I need it. And then here's the Luke that did just go on pre-order. I think this looks like a nice Luke. I haven't actually decided if I'm going to get that one or not, but it does look pretty solid. So, again, what I'm going to get, like I just said with Tarkin, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think I need it. As far as the Emperor, again, not 100% sure, but I don't think I need it. If you can only get it with the chair, I'm definitely not going to get it. It's just not worth the money. But if you can get him alone, I might consider it if it's a decent price. Anakin, out of all of these, is probably the one that I have the highest likely chance of getting, just because it does look pretty nice, and I don't hate the prequels. They're certainly my least favorite, but I do think that it looks pretty solid. If they did like an Obi-Wan, that would be pretty cool to have the two of them together, I must say. So that does look like a solid figure, and I would be kind of interested possibly. And then the Endor, Leia, and Luke, definitely going to skip. I have no interest in those. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the new items shown at San Diego Comic-Con from Hot Toys for Star Wars. I think that they did show some nice stuff. They didn't show anything like new trilogy related or Rogue One or anything like that. They're obviously waiting for a Force Friday reveal, I would assume, so because they've done that the last 2 years. So I'm more of the new trilogy type of collector. I collected very heavily for The Force Awakens, and I plan to do the same for The Last Jedi. So I do enjoy, I love the original trilogy, and I like the prequels, but I don't, need a bunch of the figures from those movies, just because their stories are over. But overall, some nice stuff shown here, and it is exciting that they are starting a little bit with the prequels, because I know that a lot of people have been actually wanting them for quite some time now. So that's my thoughts on the Star Wars figures from Hot Toys. Let me know what you guys think of them, and thanks so much for watching.